Hi everyone, and welcome to this bad cat tutorial, and you can see him here. It's my cat Rembrandt, and he knocked down my tulips, ruining two of my drawings. And I thought that was nice to get him on paper. So what we'll be using is a black color pencil. Also two kinds of fineliners, a 0.8 and a 0.05. A hard graphite pencil, the H, and a blender stick. And for this drawing I was using Canson drawing paper. And this actually happened. He really knocked down my tulips, and I've seen some images on the internet about bad cats and bad dogs, and I totally love that. And they are holding this sign with the crime they've committed. So I wanted to draw my cat Rembrandt holding the sign. I knocked down the tulips. And well, it was so funny that I really wanted to share this with you. It's not well, a very serious drawing this time. It's a bit cartoony, but just fun to do. And maybe you have a bad cat too, and you want to draw him like this, or a dog maybe. So I will give you some tips here. What I'm doing is I started out with the black color pencil, and I just start with drawing in the eyes and the nose and the mouth, and that's the easiest way to start with. And from that I will build up the cat, and he is confronted in front of the camera, so he's looking straight at it, and you can well, all draw in a mirror image, and that's what you will see me do here. And of course the cat has all kinds of markings in his fur. And I'm simply drawing this in mirror image. And here I'm trying to figure out where the ears will be. The eyes I draw in quite big. In reality they are a lot smaller, of course, but I wanted to draw him as guilty as possible with big eyes, and he really has to look a little bit sad and guilty. And I also want to put in here the hairs inside the ears. I just draw in some lines and then a little bit of shadow behind that. And this is where about the contour is of the head itself. And I simply had to look at my cat now and then to find out where his markings are. And what I also keep in mind is that he is staring right into the camera, and he gets flashed by that camera. So I want some harsh shadows, but I will show you later on tips for these. These are the dots where the whiskers come out of, and the chin ends down there. In the tip of the ears I put a little bit extra shadow, and here I'm heading down for the left shoulder. Once you have this, you can decide where the plate will be that he is holding. And on this plate, of course, there will be his crime. And here I put in a little bit extra shadow underneath the chin. And here's the right paw. I do not pay too much attention, just put in the little toes, and he's just around the corner for that plate. And once you have that, you can decide how big the plate is. And here I'm drawing in the left paw. That's a little bit further on the plate. And of course it makes him kind of human. And I really totally love that. And I will make my drawing a little bit wider like this. I want the plate to be on it. So here I decide how big the plate is. Make sure you keep the right angle. Well, this is about how I want him to be holding the plate itself. And here I will put in some more detail, but this is the sketch where I go from. And then I put little dots every each centimeter, and then every each 3 centimeter. And then I take out my fineliner 08. That's the thickest one I've got. And I draw in the inch lines that are behind our little rascal. And what you also want to place in, of course, are the numbers. I will put in the number 6 too. I need it for the composition. So draw that line in here. Number 6, okay. And then I take my 0.05 fineliner. And I use that one for all the other lines, the fine lines that are in between the inches. It's not completely accurate, but well, you get the picture, I hope. Okay, it's time for our text. And maybe your cat has done something else that was not the agreement. But in this case, my cat knocked down the tulips. So that's going to be on his plate. And he's really busted and he is getting flashed by the camera. And because he's getting flashed, I draw in with the fineliner a line around the cat. And there is a reason for this, because you have to imagine that this cat is standing in front of that really white plate and he is getting flashed by the camera. So I want to put in a little black shadow just behind him. Then I take the black color pencil again and I put in the really harsh shadows. Because he's getting flashed, I want to get that highlighted look in his face. So you can exaggerate that a little bit to get that flashy feel. And what you also want to do is once you have this, you take your H pencil, it's the graphite, and then you put in a vague shadow just behind the cat and just behind the paws on the plate. And this gives that extra effect that he is standing in front of that board where he is getting flashed by the camera. Once you have put that in with the 2H or H, whatever you have, you take your blender stick and then you make sure to rub out all the little lines of that graphite, and then you get that soft shadow feel. This is why I also used the hard Canson drawing paper. The blender stick I also use for the cat itself, but I make sure to spare out the white lines around his eyes and well, the front of the face actually, because he's getting flashed by the camera. Okay, now that I've done this, I make sure to put a line around the plate he's holding, but I think the letters on the text should be a little bit more convincing, so I go over the letters again with the fineliner, and that fineliner is the 0.8 Staedtler. Make sure that the letters are, well, just simple and well, easy to read. I wonder what, if you do this drawing, what kind of plate your pet is going to be holding up. So should you see this video and did your pet do something that was not agreed upon, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, final tip. Take the fineliner and draw out the whiskers and the little hairs that are above the eyes, and your drawing is done. I hope you will give this a big like and share it with your friends, and that you will give it a try, of course. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again in my next tutorial.